Namaste to all. A Sadhak who does name jap of Almighty God, who does everyday Upasana of Almighty God, must be aware of so many things. Some of the most important points I have tried to summarize with respect to daily name jap or jap or meditation. You can try to save this video or download this video or try to take some important notes and then try to revise on a daily basis. It will surely help you, and I am also doing the same. Point number one, while sitting for meditation, while sitting for name jap or om jap, we must sit on a proper asana at a proper place, in a neat and calm place. And also we must try to understand that the main aim of our human life is to realize Almighty God, and that is the reason I'm sitting on this meditation. I'm sitting and doing the jap of the name of the Almighty God with the main aim of realizing that Almighty God. And also we must try to encourage others after we start walking the path. After some time, when we are highly motivated and we are doing this tapasya, we must also try to make other people tapasvis. We must also try to encourage them. Of course, we are not in a position to teach them, but at least we can encourage them. Okay, this is the right path. You can go to this acharya, you can try to refer to this channel or this books you can study, etc. You should try to realize God and also try to help others to realize Almighty God. This is point number one. Point number two is, at the time of worship, during the time of worship, we must have this sankalp, or we must have this inside our mind that I will try to attain that Almighty God through stuti, prarthana, upasana. And I will not think about any other subject during the time of meditation. I will focus on Almighty God. I will not think about what's going to happen to my job, what's going to happen tomorrow morning. Oh, he is not well or she is not well. I have to send money to the parents. I have to do this activity, that activity. So you must try to tell in this mind that during the time of stuti, prarthana, upasana, name jap, om jap, meditation, I will not focus on any other subject. The most important subject and object for us at that point of time is Almighty God, His stuti, prarthana, upasana. And also, by chance, human mind is very wavering. By chance, we get some other thoughts in our mind during the meditation. It's okay. If something inadvertently comes to us, we must immediately be aware of that and then try to remove that and then focus on Almighty God again. This is point number two. And also point number three is very, very important. The mind is an inert object. Mind is Jad Tattva. Jivatma is Chetan Tattva. So we must try to tell that I am the master of my mind. My mind is not the controller of me. I am the controller of my mind. So while sitting for a asana, pranayama, meditation, name jap, you must try to control your mind and also try to practice controlling your mind on a continuous basis, 24/7. This is very, very important point, controlling of mind. And the full yoga darshana, most of it focuses on control of mind. Next point is, we have studied about, I've made several videos on yoga darshana. We have studied about chitta vrittis, praman, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti. These are the chitta vrittis. And in the chitta vrittis, there is klishta vritti and aklishta vritti. Klishta vritti is the one which is, the vritti has the klishta, klesh inside them. So these 5 chitta vrittis which has the klesh inside them, we must try to be aware. And whenever we sit for asana, pranayama, meditation, name jap, whenever we get any vritti, of course, first is controlling the mind, but inside the mind there is a chitta vritti. The mind communicates to Jivatma through the vrittis. And the vrittis could be klishta and aklishta. Aklishta are good vrittis. And klishta vrittis are klesh dene wala, dukh dene wala, sukh dene wala nahi hai. So when we get the chitta vritti disturbances during the meditation time, we must immediately be aware of it and try to kill it at that point of time. This practice we must try to do every day without fail. If we do not, or if we are unable to control the chitta vritti, at least during the upasana time, then we will not be able to progress in the spiritual path. This is very, very important point. And how to control chitta vritti? One of the method to control chitta vritti is also name jap. So that's why the fifth point is very important. The fifth point is the name jap, the name of Almighty, Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. Almighty God's name, Vachak, is Om. So when we chant the name of Almighty God, Om, we must try to chant with its meaning. If we do chanting without the meaning of Almighty God, without the meaning of Om, when we just simply chant Om, Om, we will never be able to attain ekagrata. We will never be able to attain concentration in the mind. It's a very, very important point. And when we slowly develop first it will be difficult to understand the meaning. First you must chant Om, then meditate upon the meaning, and then go for the next chant Om slowly. Because in the initial times, when you chant Om, your meaning will not automatically be stuck to the word. Like, for me, when I chant, for example, Gayatri Mantra, by God's grace, Acharya's grace, whenever I chant Gayatri Mantra, the meaning will follow along with the mantra. In the initial days, it's difficult. So in the initial days, you must try to do more swadhyaya of the mantra, more, again and again read the meaning of the mantra. And when you chant Gayatri Mantra, like Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayad. After chanting the mantra, take 1 minute to repeat the meaning of the mantra. Slowly, over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you will be able to chant the mantra along with its meaning behind it. So similarly, Om. When you chant Om, the meaning of Om has to follow first. Initially chant Om and then meaning. Om meaning. Slowly, when you chant Om, the meaning will automatically come. It's abhyasa, practice. Number 1 is pronouncing the syllable. Pronouncing Om is important. You can start pronouncing externally Om and slowly convert it internally. When you pronounce Om, try to convert it internally Om. Internal Om, slowly. Start with 3 Om chanting loudly. After that, you start chanting Om internally. This is number 1. And number 2, when you chant the name of Almighty God, you must understand the meaning of the Om, thinking about that Almighty God. Om is referring to Almighty God. Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. Vachak is Om. Vachya is Almighty God. You are chanting the name of Almighty God is the second thing which we must remember. The third thing we must remember is we must completely surrender to that Almighty God. We must not have Kam, Krodh, Madlo, Bahankar, at least at the time of chanting, and throughout the day we must try to practice. You must have surrenderance. You must have the bhavana inside your mind that I am nothing in front of Almighty God. What is the reason I am having an ego? There is no reason for ego, because your ego is due to an assumption that you are the owner of such and such company, you are the president of such and such organization, you are a millionaire, a billionaire, this, that, etc. But you are not. It's been provided by Almighty God based on your karma. So try to have complete surrenderance to Almighty God. This is very, very important point. And also the next point is the person, whenever we are doing chanting, when you start adopting chanting method, Om Jap or the name Jap, why I say Om Jap and name Jap. Name Jap is a name which is given by an Acharya. It might be Om, it might be something else also, based on the Acharya's experience in Samadhi. Every Acharya will give separate names. Of course, all the names are from Vedas. So whenever we start practicing Om Jap or name Jap, what we must do, we must ensure that we are following the Ashtanga Yoga Vidya in the daily life. Because without practicing Ashtanga Yoga Vidya, we can never get success in the name Jap. So when you start chanting the name of Almighty God, you must start practicing the Ashtanga Yoga Vidya, because Ashtanga Yoga Vidya is coming from the Almighty God only, in the Vedas only. This is very, very important. The next point is, most important point for all of us, is to try to go towards an Acharya. If the Acharya, if you're fortunate enough to live on a Gurukul along with the Acharya, then it's nothing like that. In some cases, like in my case, I cannot live with my Acharya because I'm in Grahastha and my Acharya is also old. Even if I'm a Brahmachari, even if I'm a school student, my Acharya's age is now 85. He cannot teach like in Gurukul system nowadays. Now, so my Acharya always says, come to me when you are fortunate enough, you will get Diksha from the Acharya. After that, go back to your home and practice what I have taught you. So, but the important thing is you must have a Guru in your life. If you do not have an Acharya in your life, you will not be able to understand the secrets of this philosophy. Yoga philosophy, Vedic philosophy are very, very secretive. Without guidance by a Samadhist Purush who has experienced that in his life, without his guidance, we cannot realize, we cannot understand fully. So that's why Guru is most important. And Almighty God also says in the Vedas, Guru is very, very important. The next point is, we must always give up the Ashanas. There are 3 Ashanas, or we can say Ashana means desires, 3 desires. Lokeshana, Viteshana, Putreshana. These 3, I think in the Light of Truth, Maharishi Dhananda Saraswati also has written. A sannyasi must give up the 3 Ashanas, Lokeshana, Viteshana, Putreshana. The most important is Lokeshana. Lokeshana means, we have a desire for getting yash. Like, when you say that I am doing every day 1 hour in the morning meditation, I am doing 1 hour in the evening meditation. Suppose you say to somebody, why you say that? You expect a yash kirti. You expect that, oh wow, you are able to sit for 1 hour for meditation. Wow, you are great. You have when somebody is praising you, you have an internal, your ego gets satisfied. This is Lokeshana. And Lokeshana, most of the cases, at least in many of the cases, is not visible to the person who is praising, but visible to Almighty God. You cannot escape from Almighty God. When you have Lokeshana, especially the desire for the praise, desire for somebody has to, you are a good speaker, for example, you have been called somewhere to give a lecture, pravachan, etc. And you say that, okay, I will join later. Or you go for the pravachan and you come back home. And the other, program continues. And you have your friend there. Later on, you will ask, what happened after I left? Did they speak about me? What did they speak? Like that you ask because you want to listen to your praise. Or some people have this habit of I did this. I am so expert in doing this. I am they have their wish for praising themselves or wish for listening about their praise. This is Lokeshana. This Ashana will spoil our sadhana. So we must be away from the 3 desires, Lokeshana, Putreshana, Viteshana. This is very, very common in a sadhak's life. It's also my experience. It's very common when you start Vedic way of worship. You will surely speak about your sadhana to somebody because you expect them to praise you. This will definitely happen. And I have seen so many comments in my channel also that, they speak about their sadhana, they speak about their achievements. The moment you speak about your sadhana and expect a praise from others, your things will get destroyed. Your sadhana will get destroyed. That's very, very important. We must understand. The next one is the person who is doing Vedic sadhana, he must always try to do Veda Adhyayan. Veda Adhyayan, Moksha Sastra Adhyayan means Yoga Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, Upanishads, or books written by Maharishi Dhananda Saraswati, my Acharya, or any other Acharya who has attained Samadhi. Those books we must try to do Adhyayan, because the Adhyayan, the Swadhyaya will inspire us to do more meditation, and the meditation will inspire us to do more Swadhyaya. We must not waste time unnecessarily. Very important point. And another important point is Nishkam Bhavana. Whatever karma you do in your life, we must try to go towards Nishkam Bhavana, selflessness. Nishkam Bhavana we must try to inculcate in our life. And the last point is that the main, whenever you do yoga sadhana, if you achieve something because of your practice, suppose you are doing everyday name job for 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, again 1 hour, 2 hours in the evening, when you do every day for many years, you will start experiencing so many divine pleasures inside you. And you will also see many things that is happening around you which is supporting you towards your main goal. And you must never take pride in that. When you take, this is also like a location only, but this is another issue. When you take pride in that, you will immediately get into avidya. So never when you get a divine experience, when you do meditation, you get happiness, you get some light inside you, you get different different visions of different colors, etc. Never get into that pride. What you must do, you must dedicate everything back to Almighty God. You must say that Almighty God, it is you who is showing me this. I am just your bhakta. I do not deserve it also. I am just doing your tapasya, doing your meditation. That's it, I know. So when you dedicate it to your Acharya and Ishwar, then this delusion and false pride will go away. Otherwise, this is also like a Lokeshna only, very similar to Lokeshna. But this is very important, that whatever prapti you have in your life because of your walking in dharmic path, you must dedicate it to Almighty God. Idan namam. Most important points which, these are some of the points which I noted down, might be helpful to you, so I thought of sharing it. And whenever I make a video, yesterday I made a 30 minutes Tamil video. I said in the video, it is made for me, because when I try to speak out what I learnt, it's beneficial to me more than anybody else. So I have made this video for myself to listen, so that I can understand and meditate upon it more. Similarly, it might help you also. If it's not helpful to you, you can ignore. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.